The answer key for the easies look like this. The top one is 212. The second one is also 212. The third one is 132. And the bottom is 221. Comments, questions, concerns on any of those? Is there anything there anyone would like me to demonstrate? Okay, the third one, I can do the third one. Okay, I've got N's and I've got H, I've got N's and I've got H. 2, 2, 1, 3. Okay, so this is another one of those where it's not oxygen. Actually, you know what? No, forget I said anything. I'm not going to start with that. I'm going to start with, let's look at the nitrogens. I got 2 on this side and I got 1 over here. So to balance those nitrogens, I'm going to have to put a 2 in front of the NH3. That's going to give me 2 nitrogens, and now it's going to give me 6 hydrogens. Because 2 times 1 is 2, 2 times 3 is 6. And so now, I go back to the other side and I say my nitrogens are good. Now I need to figure out what I can put in front here to give me 6 hydrogens. Hydrogens are coming in groups of 2. So what could I multiply 2 by to give me 6? 3, that'll be 6. And it is understood that any empty coefficients have to be 1s. You don't have to put the 1 in there, but when I give you the answers like this, I will always give you a 1 where there would be a blank in your balanced chemical equation. Cop and down, make sense? Okay. Those are the easies. Going once, twice, thrice, sold. Here are the mediums. The answers for the mediums are, the first one is 164. The next one is 223. The third one is 112. And the fourth one is 1534. Comments, questions, concerns? Are there any that anyone would like me to do? From the medium page. Going once. Yes. Let's do it. I'm going to draw my line. CHO, CHO. And now I'm going to grab a pencil. If I do my count, I'm going to have 3 carbons, 8 hydrogens, and 2 oxygens on the left-hand side. And on the right-hand side, I'm going to have 1 carbon, 2 hydrogens, and 3 oxygens. You with me so far? Okay. I'm going to start with my carbons. So I've got 3 carbons on the left-hand side. I've got 1 on the right-hand side. I need to put a number here so that I get 3 carbons. Well, the carbons are coming in groups of 1, so if I just toss a 3 there, that's going to give me 3 carbons. But it's also going to change the number of oxygens. I have to recount. Every time you change a coefficient, you got to recount everything. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus the 1 oxygen over here is going to give me 7. My recommendation for y'all was to leave oxygen to the absolute end. So let's go fix the hydrogens. The hydrogens, there's 8 of them on the left. I need to get to 8 if I can. The hydrogens only show up here in the waters in groups of 2. So if I toss a 4 there, 4 times 2 is going to give me 8. But now I have to recount the oxygens. I'm going to have 4 oxygens here, plus these 6 oxygens here is going to give me 10. Which is great because that's an even number, and the oxygens are only showing up in even numbers here. So they're showing up in groups of 2. What could I put in front of a group of 2 to give me 10? Toss a 5 there. I got 10, and we're done. 1, 5, 3, 4. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. Did you figure out where you were stuck? Or did you just not try it? Gotcha, and it looks gross? Okay. Okay, yes. Let's take a look at the second question. K, Cl, and O, K, Cl, and O, 113, 112. So this is another one of those where everything's balanced except the oxygens, and I've got an odd number of oxygens that are going to cause me problems. So my tip then is if an odd number of oxygens is giving you problems, double everything you've done up to that point. You haven't done anything. So the only thing I'm going to double is the odd number of oxygens that's causing me problems. That's going to make this 2, and this 6. And now it's trivial. The K and the Cl, both are coming in groups of 1. I can balance both of them at the same time by tossing a 2 out front. That's going to make that a 2 and that a 2. And now I need to get 6 oxygens. They're showing up in groups of 2 right here. So if I put a 3 out front there, I'm going to get 6 oxygens there, and I'm done. It looks gnarly, but doubling the problematic odd oxygen is always going to be your way out. Comments, questions, concerns about anything else? Okay, so here's what I'm going to get you to do today. These are the hard ones. And they are truly gnarly. I told my last block that the one thing I did not want them to do was to get so stuck on them that they spent the entire hour doing 1 or 2 of these questions. So what do you think they did? I had a group of about 8 guys. Well, I had a group of 5 guys and then another group of 3 guys who did exactly that. They got stuck on the first 2 questions on this page, and that's all they got accomplished this block. So don't get bogged down on these. These ones are truly disgusting. If you want to attempt them, by all means. These first 2 are awful. These last 2 are gross but doable. Okay, so what I want all of you to do, here's your task for today. I am not giving you a lesson. I'm giving you more time to practice this stuff. And I'm away tomorrow, so I will have additional practice for you to do on this tomorrow. I am not expecting my TOC, whoever they are, it's a middle school teacher. Whoever they are, I am not expecting them to give you a full-blown lesson on this. So it'll be more practice of the same kind of stuff. Wednesday, I will return. I will take up any questions you have about whatever you do for homework today and tomorrow. At some point this week, you guys are going to get a quiz from me on balancing this stuff. At some point this week. It will probably not be Friday. And I've already told you I'm assigning you work tomorrow to practice while I'm not here. So it's going to be Wednesday or Thursday. My other class did some deductive reasoning and figured out the day. So I'll let you think about it.
Your other class was last fall?
Yeah, like half an hour ago. Yeah, they figured it out. Well, they think they figured it out. Thursday's pep rally, which was the key. And it is inconvenient to teach lessons on short blocks. So I'll let you do the math on that one. But 2 short blocks. So here's your task today. I want all of you to attempt these bottom 2. They are gnarly, but they're doable. These top 2 are absolutely disgusting. And if you want to attempt them, they are way worse than anything I would give you outside of a bonus question on a test or something. If you want to attempt these 2, I have a technique that I will happily show to you It involves solving systems of linear equations. Hands up if you've done Math 10 already this year. You've completed the course. Okay, so solving systems of equations are things like if I had x plus y equals 3 and 8x plus 7y equals 24, and solving this system for both of those two variables, if you're good at this kind of thing, you will be very good at this technique that I'm willing to show you. If this is a struggle for you, then the technique is going to be, it is going to cause you discomfort because you're not solving 2 equations for 2 variables. You're going to be solving 4 or 5 equations for 4 or 5 variables. It's doable if your math skills are, if you enjoy the process of solving math problems and you are good at solving systems of linear equations. If you are, I will show you a technique for these 2 questions. It is a beautiful technique. But it is not mandatory for you to know how to do that technique for this course. So try the bottom 2, try the top 2 if you want to see the bonus technique, and then I'm going to want you to flip to this page over here, down to question 4. Question 4 goes A through Z. There are 26 balancing questions there. After you've tried the 2 gnarly ones at the bottom, the doable hard ones at the bottom of the previous page, I want you to jump to question 4, and I am going to assign them in a particular order. Some of you are going to be like, yeah, but I could just do it this way. Don't do it this way. Do it the way I ask you to do it, because I'm asking you to do it for a very specific reason. First, I want you to do ACEs. Then second, I want you to do BDFs. And so some of you are sitting there saying, he just assigned all of them. Why don't I just do all of them? But I've been doing this for a while, and so I'd like you to do them in this order for a reason. The questions are basically in order of difficulty. The further you get into the alphabet, some of them at the bottom are not as hard as the hard ones that I've listed, but more involved than what came before. So I'd like you to do ACEs so that you can do some of the easy ones, some of the medium ones, some of the hard ones while I'm here and you're here. And then once you've done the ACEs, go back to the BDFs. You'll have a couple easy ones, you'll have a couple more meaty ones, you'll have a couple more difficult ones that you might not get to until tomorrow when I'm not here. So do the ACEs and then do the BDFs. But I want you to tackle those 2 harder ones first. I'm going to put some music on. I'm going to float around. I'm going to encourage you to go onto the whiteboards. But I'm going to also say if you don't want, because you've no space here. Some students in my previous class took great pride in themselves in doing it in their heads. I would encourage you not to, because just as much as you can, get out of your head, get onto either paper or the whiteboard. If you need blank paper, I've got lots of it. I can provide you with it. I have literally thousands of sheets of blank paper because I keep raiding the photocopy room. Don't tell anyone, please. Yeah. So that's your task for today. I will float around. I will help where needed. I ask you stay off your phones until you can show me that you're done. I have keys for everything. So as you're going, if you want to see answers, check your work. And there's discussion, like arguments between you and your peers. I will happily solve arguments by showing you my answers. On your mark, get set, giver. So that's first typo. There should be no S there in letter C. If you flip over, there is another typo in part I, or letter I. In letter I, it goes CH4 plus O2 arrow, and then it looks like cobalt. There's no cobalt on the left-hand side. This should not be C with a little O and then 2. This is carbon dioxide, C capital O2. In my experience, I believe those are the only 2 typos on that page or in tomorrow's work. So there you go. Two typos, letter C, letter I. Letter C should not have an S. Letter I should not have a cobalt. It should have a CO2. Okay, there you go.